Hello and welcome, Universe Mode. This is Living Dangerously. It is the first pay-per-view after WrestleMania, the first pay-per-view of the new era, the first pay-per-view since the draft, and of course, it should be ECW to break in the new era with the greatest pay-per-view you're going to see in this next month. We are here for an incredible night of action just 2 weeks after every roster that we know was completely shaken up. But tonight, it is going to be a big match. Tonight, it is going to be a big night. Tonight, we are looking for the conclusion between the Four Horsemen and the Wyatt family, and we will get that here for the ECW Tag Team titles, a WrestleMania rematch. Bray Wyatt promised that tonight would be the resting place of the Horsemen. Will that be true or not? We'll find out later on. Then, signed last minute, also added last minute, no holds barred stipulation to this one. Drew McIntyre, Johnny Gargano, two guys who simply don't like one another. McIntyre started it, but which one will finish it here tonight with no holds barred? Then we get into our main event. Two of the greatest talents this universe has ever seen collide one-on-one for the ECW title. Tyler Bate, Seth Rollins. This could have main evented WrestleMania, but it main events Living Dangerously here tonight. Bate and Rollins, one-on-one. You do not want to miss this night of action, and it starts off pretty damn good as we prepare for one final encounter between Hiromu Takahashi and Mustafa Ali for the Cruiserweight title. Living Dangerously has begun. Sit yourselves down and strap yourselves in, as we are in for a great evening of action. There he is, the ticking time bomb himself, looking to reclaim the ECW Cruiserweight Championship for a third time. Can Takahashi beat Ali here tonight in a rematch just before WrestleMania? Or in a rematch from just before WrestleMania, rather, should I say. This is going to be a good one. Takahashi was beaten on that evening. Ali finally claimed the Cruiserweight title after 8 months or so of seeking it. And now he hopes to hold on to it in his first title defense against Hiromu Takahashi. I announced a week and a half ago on ECW that this rematch was going to be settled. This match is going to take place at this evening here tonight in Minneapolis. And we saw this past episode of ECW that these two guys definitely, there's a mutual respect between the two. Both guys know they want to be that guy. They want to be the top of the Cruiserweight division, and there's only one way they're going to achieve it, with the gold around their waist. As Mustafa Ali was briefly celebrating his victory over One Lorcan on this past episode of ECW, out came Takahashi, took the ECW Cruiserweight Championship from the timekeeper's area at ringside and held it in his hands as Ali stared him down. Ali looked at the title, not at Takahashi. And Takahashi threw the title on the floor and walked to the back. To Ali, this is about the title. To Takahashi, this is about Ali. Remember, a long way back, I imagine the majority of you watching this might not know of this, but it was at SummerSlam where Ali looked to challenge for the Cruiserweight title. He was taken out before the match by Drew McIntyre. In stepped Hiromu Takahashi, and he won the Cruiserweight title. He held it twice before Ali held it once. But Ali got the title from Takahashi. It was not the sweet relief that he would have got from winning the title from Zack Sabre Jr., but he got the belt at the end of the day. Now the question is, though, can Ali hold on to it here as we commence this evening's action at Living Dangerously? This one's been brewing for a while. Like I said, Ali hunted near enough 7-8 months around the same time as it took Okada to reclaim the WWE Championship. It took that long for Ali to hold the Cruiserweight Championship. Will he hold on to it by the end of this evening, is the question. Will he walk out of Living Dangerously with that title still around his waist? Takahashi wants it too, but Takahashi wants to beat Ali and take the title away from him. Ali just wants to hold on to the title. That's what it's become about these two men. Ali simply just wants the belt. Takahashi wants this to be personal. Takahashi is trying to play the mind games like the time bomb always does. Living Dangerously has begun here. Strap yourselves in. Huge night of action on its way. 4 title matches, 2 grudge matches, and a battle royal to come later on this evening. Do not want to miss a second of action here at Living Dangerously as we commence with the incredible Cruiserweight talents. Like I said, this is probably going to be the last meeting between these two guys for some time, and there's every reason why it should be. These two guys have been the Cruiserweight division since August. Zack Sabre Jr. was there for the longest time, but it stopped being about ZSJ and it started being about these guys. It started being about Takahashi and Ali. There needs to be fresh blood at the top to keep the Cruiserweight division competitive. Question is, though, which one of these guys will be meeting that fresh blood? Sunset flip bomb, cover. Oh, kick out of 2 there by Ali. Flips the cover over, trying to get one over there on Takahashi to retain the Cruiserweight title. Not happening. Time bomb, kicks out at 1. These two guys by now have to know each other so well. Have to be able to read each other so incredibly well. And now it just comes down to who can capitalize on it better, who can make the most out of it, who can take that extra edge. If these guys know each other that well, if these guys know each other as well as they do, there's got to be an element of them. They've got to find either something new in them, or they have to be so dialed in with their opponent's game that they just have to stop them. Takahashi trying to break out. A sudden moonsault there. Ali had it read. We know these guys are willing to take extraordinary risks. We've seen it in their moves. I mean, the 054 and the Avalanche Spanish Fly from Mustafa Ali. And that victory roll from the top rope from Takahashi. But of course, something that Ali has succumbed to more than once is the devastation that comes from the time bomb. When he hits that move, it can be over. When he locks in D, it can be over as well. Takahashi, Hurricanrana for the top rope. Cover made, hoping to reclaim the title. Look at these guys just countering each other back and forth over and over again. There was very little feeling out process. There was a side headlock and that was it. These two guys, they don't need that. They know each other so well that it's not necessary. What's Ali going to do here now? He's got the former Cruiserweight champion down on the mat. Ali knows what he wants and he's seeking it out here. Ali in position. Through the ropes. Here comes the neck breaker on Takahashi. Middle of the ring. Ali not going to waste a moment as he goes up high. Looking to seal this once and for all. 054. He got him! 054 from Ali to retain the title. Takahashi is out at 2. And desperation sinking in from the champion. Hoping and praying that he can hold on to that Cruiserweight title by any means. Takahashi, though, very much on the back foot after that. Caught out by the 054, just did not have a counter to it. But Takahashi back up on his feet there. Big knee in the face of the champion. This could be big. Whatever Takahashi's seeking, this could be huge right now. Is it going to be that victory roll from the top, I wonder? Takahashi might be looking for it. Could have been countered! Wheelbarrow Bulldog by Takahashi. And I don't know if Ali counted it or not. I don't know if Ali got his hands up or on the way down. But he has fought back all of a sudden. What a way to kick off Living Dangerously this has been. Puts him up on the top rope. Takahashi could be in trouble here. Just puts the boot into the chest of Ali. Step up in Zagiri. I think he caught him more with the knee than what he did the boot. Look at this now. Just counters. Counter after counter after counter from both guys. Boot in the face there from Takahashi. Kick in the gut from Ali. Knee in the gut from Takahashi. And the time bomb just trying to contain Ali, trying to slow him down briefly. Trying to have an element in this match where we can have some control. Hurricanrana there. And Ali now on the back foot once more. Takahashi looks for a leg drop, but out of the way rolled Ali. And every time Ali looks to send Takahashi into the corner, he knows what he's seeking. Ali's not trying to shy away from it. He's not trying to make sure that he can hit it in a different way. He's just going straight route one for the move, and it doesn't seem as if Takahashi's got a counter. Avalanche Spanish Fly. Cover made to retain the title. Ali only gets one. Ali only gets one from it. Takahashi counters him. Takahashi now up on the shoulders. Time bomb! Time bomb! For the title. Is it enough? Oh! A sudden burst of life from both sides in this contest. Springboard leg drop is missed. Snap German suplex from Ali. Takahashi right up to his feet. Twisting neck breaker, and the challenger goes back down. Neither guy is giving in. One of these two men's they've got to stop though. They have to beat the other one down. Ali looked to go to the top rope there. Somehow Takahashi still with a bit of life left in him. Ali plants him again. And he'll go up high again. Number 2. Looking for a second 054. Does he have the energy in him though? Has he exhausted himself from this contest? Oh yes! He took too long. Ali was exhausted. Had to think of something on the fly. Takahashi had the counter. Reverse Rana. Look at this now, Takahashi. Powerbomb, stacks him with it. Good cover, legs are pinned. Shoulders were pinned down as well, but Takahashi didn't have enough to finish it. Ali still alive. Good counter from the champion right there. Both men have got to be exhausted in this right now. Got to be spent. They know each other so well, and they've given it their all from the very start. From the very moment the bell rung. They've gone all guns blazing for the chance at victory. Chops in the chest, denied by Ali. They are just hoping. They are just trying to find something that'll work right now. They've exhausted almost all of their offense on one another, and still, their rival still stands. Takahashi up on the shoulder. Will it be time bomb? Will it be plunger? It'll be the plunger from Takahashi. And again, like the power bomb, stacks him. Shoulders pinned down. Legs are hooked. Will it be enough? It's still 2. Good strike there from Takahashi. Absolutely staggered Ali. Irish whip off the ropes we come. Through the ropes we go as well. Hurricanrana now. And Takahashi smells an opening. He's slow. He's slow up to the top rope. He's dragging himself to the top rope. Big splash. Cover made. Will it be enough for victory for the Cruiserweight title? Oh, Ali barely getting that far shoulder up. Referee deeming it 2. Back elbow there from Ali. He's still alive here. Tilt-a-whirl DDT! Oh my goodness! Tilt-a-whirl DDT! Spike Takahashi's headed to the mat. Ali goes up high. He goes up high. 0-5-4! One moment, one instant. The match changes on its head. He kicked out of one. Can he kick out of two? Mustafa Ali retains the Cruiserweight title. What a match. What a goddamn match to start off Living Dangerously. Absolutely incredible contest from both men. Ali gave it everything, and he has the reward to show for it. Still, your Cruiserweight champion, Mustafa Ali, he survived the time bomb to return. Wait! That's not the theme of Ali! He drops from the turnbuckle! He looks on at the ramp! That ain't the theme of Ali! That ain't the theme of Takahashi! It's the theme of Kushida! The time bomb and the time splitter are on ECW. The time splitter has arrived. Kushida has made his way to ECW from NXT. I said at the top of the match there needed to be fresh talents, fresh names at the top of this division. Well, goddamn, I think we just found one. Kushida entering the ring and staring face to face with the champion. Kushida making his presence felt at an instant at Living Dangerously. He's telling Ali he wants a piece of him. He wants a shot at that title. And that champion frozen in place at the side of Kushida. What a way to start things here. Living Dangerously kicking off with a huge moment in and of itself. And now we head into a contest that equally has pretty important ramifications for it. Remember, tonight, according to Bray Wyatt, as he said on ECW, tonight will be the resting place of the Four Horsemen. Tonight is the chance for the Wyatt family, all three of them, to end the Horsemen as we know it, to end Jericho, Cruz, and the newest member in Katsuyori, Shibata. Shibata joined a week and a half ago. It was a great moment to see the wrestler taking over the role that Roderick Strong was forced to vacate as a result of being drafted over to SmackDown Live. And just in an instant, he was assaulted from behind by Bray Wyatt, hit in the ring with Sister Abigail, and then we saw everything fall apart on this past episode of ECW. A brawl on the ramp between both men that eventually ended with Braun Strowman coming out as the equalizer and laying Shibata out with the running power slam as Bray Wyatt watched on. Tonight, there's no watching on from any member of the Horsemen at ringside or any member of the Wyatt family at ringside. Shibata and Wyatt stare each other face to face with a lantern. Guide the Wyatt family to ending the Horsemen as they seek here tonight. Will Sister Abigail's wisdom lead the Wyatt family towards the grave of the Horsemen that they seek here tonight? Maybe so. But here comes a man who isn't interested in his grave being written just yet. Here's a man who isn't interested in his career being deemed as over yet. He has no intentions of reaching his end tonight or being put out to pass. Certainly not from Bray Wyatt. Shibata heads towards the ring right now with one thing on his mind: revenge. For everything that has happened over these past 2 weeks, for closure, and for a chance to prove the Horsemen are very much alive in this universe, and that there is no chance that Bray Wyatt Aleister Black or Braun Strowman will end them here tonight. What started as just a tag team match heading into WrestleMania became personal from an attack on Oney Lorcan. And it has spread across the whole Horsemen, old and new, to tonight. Shibata, the newest member of the Horsemen. And he goes one-on-one against Bray Wyatt, and you can clearly see that Shibata isn't interested in any feeling out process. He isn't interested in looking into the eyes of Bray Wyatt. He isn't interested in letting Wyatt play his games for a second. Shibata wants to do things his way. Exploding out of the gate after him there, but caught right away. And planted with a back body drop and then a kick in the back. Here goes Bray Wyatt now in the early stages of this match. This one, I said it was a grudge match. This one just seeming to be a fight between these two guys right now. Back suplex attempt there. Shibata finds the counter to it. Lovely Northern Lights suplex from him as well. I think there's still some of this crowd that is in awe of seeing Kushida arriving to ECW. I am excited to see where things lead already. And to think people said ECW was finished after the draft. Falcon Arrow there, using the ropes as leverage. Shibata looked for something off the second rope there, going out of his way really. Not something that he's used to trying to execute, not something usual from his arsenal. And he paid for it. Bray Wyatt now in control of this matchup, striking around Shibata. Back suplex, planting Shibata into the mat. Remember, Wyatt only got the advantage on the last two occasions by his own ways through the, that graphic, that video graphic. The lights going out, and the moment they come back up in the arena, Wyatt had Shibata down, and of course, on ECW this past week, through the assistance of the monster among men in Braun Strowman. Oh, Shibata, German suplex on the outside. If Shibata gets through Wyatt here tonight, it wouldn't surprise me if he said, "Give me Strowman," because he is the kind of guy who would do something like that. Good counter there by Wyatt. Back in the ring. He throws Shibata even after that German suplex on the outside. Wyatt withstanding the pain right now. It's amazing to see the difference in two families. You have a family like the Horsemen who are by each other's side. They're always looking out for one another. And then you have a family like the Wyatts, a cult following. But the danger that is possessed inside of that family is immense. The leadership of Bray Wyatt, as he gets put in a sleeper hold right now by Shibata. The brute force of Strowman, and arguably the all-around athlete in Aleister Black, the king of the ring, of course. I imagine there are big things coming Black's way with or without that ECW Tag Team title, regardless of what happens here tonight. The Wyatt family will look to do everything they can to make sure that he stays by their side. Good strikes there by Shibata. Huge lariat from him as well. Clocked him into the mat with it, and Shibata could see an opening here. But Wyatt stops him again. Stumbled up against the ropes there is Shibata. He puts him up against the ropes and bites into his head. Very unorthodox offense from Wyatt. But here we go. Uranagi slam. Plants Shibata into the mat. Cover here to finish him off. Shibata gets the shoulder up at 2. Both these guys needs this win, and Wyatt might just be about to obtain it. He brings it in. Sister Abigail. Sister Abigail from Wyatt, and Shibata kicked out at 1. Shibata kicking out almost right away, but he is paying for it. Wyatt snapping. Wyatt snapping in the moment and unloading on Shibata. The wrestler having to roll out of the ring briefly there. He is forced right back into the ring by Wyatt. Look at this now. Wyatt from the top went for a knee drop there. Talk about unorthodox. Bray Wyatt looked for every bit of it that he could, and he paid for it. Shibata now. Hurricanrana. But he can't capitalize as Wyatt knocks him right back down to the mat. Shibata getting up to his feet fairly quickly though. T-bone suplex from Wyatt. Cover made for the win. There's another 2 count in this one. Gotta say, I think Bray's done a better job in this one than Shibata has. Bray has done a better job of controlling this matchup, of stopping Shibata in his tracks. Bray Wyatt is, Shibata came out of the gate to try and do whatever, he wanted to do whatever he could in this match. He wanted to make sure that he could stop Wyatt from going down the road that Wyatt wanted him to go down. And that hasn't happened in this contest. It has mostly been a Bray Wyatt match, more than what it's been a Shibata match. But Shibata only needs those openings, those tiny openings, and he can be oh so dangerous. Big forearm there from Wyatt. Good counter from Shibata. Look for an open-handed strike. Good counters from both men there. Can tell the hatred that is possessed as they counter one another. But look at this in the corner by Wyatt now. And again, biting down on that head. But Shibata won't stay down for anyone, at least not Bray Wyatt. Kick in the gut. Good DDT. But look at that. Wyatt up to his feet before Shibata. Another DDT grounds him though. Good work from the wrestler. He wasn't interested in letting Wyatt capitalize in a moment that could have been dangerous for him. What a back suplex from Shibata. My goodness. Absolutely spiked him there with that suplex. Good clothesline from Shibata as well. There's still plenty of an opening for the wrestler. There's still a chance for victory, even if Wyatt has controlled this match a little more. Gut-wrench suplex though from Wyatt. And all of a sudden the life is taken out of this match, and the life could be taken out of Shibata, of the Horsemen. Bray Wyatt said this was the resting place for the 4 Horsemen. This could be his point, his moment to prove that he was right. Sister Abigail. Once again to Shibata. The cover is made. The count from the ref, and Shibata is kicking out at 1 again, and Wyatt is livid. Wyatt has snapped now on Shibata. How that wasn't enough, I don't know. Wyatt, went to run him down. Shibata still alive. Shibata still some offense in him. Wyatt stopped it though. Headbutt from Wyatt and runs him down. Bray Wyatt desperate to end this match right now, assaulting away at Shibata here, just trying to control the match in any way that he can. And you can see Shibata is in agony. Can't get up to his feet right now unless Wyatt's assisting him. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I spoke too soon. Shibata's still very much alive. Oh, headbutt from Shibata. Headbutt. One of the most vicious headbutts you'll experience. Good counter there from Shibata. Fights right back into this one. And all of a sudden, there's life. There's life in the wrestler. Big boot in the turnbuckle. Rolls through. PK. Shibata with the PK on Wyatt. The kick right in the chest, and after everything he endured, he covers Wyatt for victory. Shibata has beaten Bray Wyatt. When it came down to it, when it was face to face, Wyatt simply didn't have enough to finish off Shibata. He didn't have what it took to finish off the wrestler. There was no third parties to assist him. And in that moment, Shibata made him pay. He got revenge for these last few weeks, and he got the sweet taste of victory on a pay-per-view for the first time in a long time. That is an important win for the Horsemen. But coming up next, it is the big one for them. This is the vital match. This is the all-important contest. The Four Horsemen versus the Wyatt family. This is the one that matters the most. As I said earlier, what was just meant to be a tag team match at WrestleMania turned into anything but. Braun Strowman fired the first shot in this war, but it's all down to who fires the last. This isn't going to be a surrender from either side. This is going to have to be an absolute victory. This has been brewing for a while now. This has been building up since before WrestleMania, and if anything, after WrestleMania, all it's done is amplify it. We saw it last week. Sorry, not last week. This past episode, just a few days ago on ECW. Chris Jericho versus Aleister Black fell apart into just a brawl. That's all it became, was a brawl. A brawl that we saw the Wyatt family end up on the better side of the scale. Braun Strowman, of course, and Bray Wyatt flattening Shibata at the top of the ramp, and in the ring, Black came in, steel chair to the back of Jericho while the referee wasn't looking. Black mass, and it was over. There can't be the use of a steel chair tonight. The distractions could still come into play, maybe. But this is a very important match for both sides. Two families collide. Which one walks out on top? Which one comes out with the tag team titles around their waist? Which one wins this war? The tale of the Horsemen it was coming into WrestleMania. Bray Wyatt said that the Four Horsemen would meet the Four Horsemen from that very tale. With the rider of death and the rider of hell would come into WrestleMania and end them. But the Horsemen still stand tall. The Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse could not end the Four Horsemen themselves. But they have the chance to do that here tonight. And I think it's safe to say if Braun Strowman is given the opportunity, the black mask of Strowman, if he's given the opportunity, he'll go for it. Jericho and Cruz staring down the Wyatt family right now. There's no one at ringside to support the Horsemen, but more importantly, I would say, Bray Wyatt's not at ringside to support Strowman and Black. That could very, very well be an advantage for the Horsemen. Especially with the leader of the Horsemen in Jericho in the ringside. Got no emotion from either side there, just staring each other down. In the final few moments before this title match. But as I was saying, this could be far more important for the Horsemen, for the lack of Bray Wyatt at ringside. This could be very crucial for the Horsemen's success. Think about it. As the bell rings and this matchup gets underway, think about it. The Horsemen don't need someone at ringside. They've got the leader in Jericho there. They can take care of business themselves. What are the Wyatt family going to be like without Bray Wyatt at ringside? How are they going to cope? Without their leader, without the guy who they turn to for guidance. It becomes a very different story in that moment, and a story that definitely assists Cruz and Jericho. Look at the strength of Apollo Crews. Last time these two guys squared it off was a one-on-one contest just after Aleister Black had won King of the Ring, after the Wyatt family had become the number one contenders to the tag team titles, actually. It was Cruz who got the win, and now the rematch from ECW can commence. Jericho and Black locking horns, the veteran instinct of Jericho against a dangerous athlete in Aleister Black. I mean, that's the advantage that the Wyatt family have here, with the lack of, even with the lack of Bray Wyatt at ringside. Aleister Black didn't need Wyatt at ringside to win the King of the Ring. Braun Strowman didn't need either guy at ringside to win the ECW television title. Neither did Aleister Black on both occasions that he won the belt. They can do it by themselves, but can they do it as a team here? That's what matters most. They might well be two talented singles athletes, but what can they do as a team without Wyatt at ringside? Will the guidance of Sister Abigail take them as far as they need to go? Tilt-a-whirl neckbreaker there by Jericho now as he unloads on Aleister Black. Black slow out of the gates in this one. I think the Wyatt family, the Horsemen rather, are looking to do everything they can to prevent that guy from getting in the match. That didn't last that long. Braun Strowman in off the tag. Double knees in the back from Strowman, and a big boot right away. And once Strowman gets in the match, it changes on the flip of its head. Big forearm there though from Jericho, and he sends Strowman over the top rope and to the outside. If the Horsemen want to win this now, they've got to target the limbs of Braun Strowman. They got to work over those limbs. They got to work over the legs for sure. They've got to ground Strowman, and they've got to be quick with the tags. That's the recipe for success for beating a big guy in a tag match. That's for Braun Strowman. Enough to show what the plan will be for Aleister Black, because that guy's kicks are so dangerous that you never really know how to prepare for a guy like him. Tag made. Black in. Maybe the same message. Take out the legs. Quick tags. Make sure that not too much offense is being delivered to you guys right in the moment. But it seems right now this is all about the Wyatt family. Hammerlock here. Met with an elbow in the face from Apollo Crews, and the same as before. Held up in the air. Kicking about as much as he likes. No way out for him. Delayed vertical suplex. Apollo Crews with tremendous strength in that moment. What will happen now? Being dragged to the turnbuckle, trying to make the tag, I think, into Jericho. Stopped in his tracks. Black elbows his way out. Good stop though by Crews. Very good stop indeed. In the turnbuckle we go, and the tag is made. Jericho, the legal man here. Horsemen working together. Great double team move. The veteran instinct of Jericho and the pure athleticism and power of Crews is a deadly combination. One that the Horseman has felt before, of course. The one that they're experiencing right now. Once more, and as well to go along with it, a far more pissed off Horseman than the ones they experienced at WrestleMania. And even then, they were pretty pissed off at WrestleMania, trying to make the tag into Strowman. Good stop by Jericho. Black, though, elbows his way out. He knows his ticket to success, and the Wyatt family's ticket to success does rely on Braun Strowman doing damage in that ring. In the turnbuckle now, looking for the tag again. Jericho denies it. Great work from Jericho. Will he make the tag into Crews here? Yes, he will. Another tag made. This is really great work from the Horsemen. Their quick tags are working together very well, and they're doing a lot of damage. Look at that. Beautiful double back superplex. Apollo Crews now taking control. Deadlift, gut wrench, suplex from Crews. I will say though, now's not the time for posing. Now is the time for action from Apollo Crews. Dragon screw. And Black finally makes the tag into Bray Wyatt. Braun Strowman. Double back body drop there. Strowman now can be unleashed on a tired Crews, on a tired Jericho. He's still very much fresh. Crews still alive though. Drop kick, off goes Strowman from his feet. Flying. Splash there from Cruz. He's still alive. He's still going, and he slams him. Northern Light suplex to Strowman. Look at Cruz go right now. Oh, sidestep though. Sidestep before he could take the chance to capitalize. Still countering Strowman though. The heart of Apollo Crews is the beating heart of a healthy horseman. The beating heart of a man who knows what's at stake here. Tag mate Jericho now, the legal man. And the fight breaking down on the outside. Jericho sends Strowman to the ring post. Oh, but Strowman just threw him away. Almost into the barricade maybe for Jericho. Back in the ring, both men go. Run down is Jericho. Strowman knew what he was doing there. He capitalized. Double underhook. Oh, look at the delayed time. Double underhook suplex. Just a puppet. Held up in the air, just a toy for Strowman to hold up in the air as long as he sees fit. Strowman, though, cannot put away Jericho there. Good counter from Jericho. Runs into Strowman, which is like running into a brick wall. Trying to make the tag into Cruz there. Denied. Oh, up and over the top rope, though, goes Braun Strowman. This could be dangerous. Huge forearm in the face by Strowman. And again, Jericho pulls at the same counter. But a very different reversal from Strowman. Sunset flip in the ring. Will this finish things right here? Kick out at 2 by Jericho. And again, Jericho counters the Irish whip. Strowman is looking for the tag into Aleister Black. Oh, but Jericho missed with a lariat in the corner. Crowd cheering on the Horsemen in this one right now. Will it be enough to guide them towards victory? You can see Strowman's desperate to make that tag into Black. And I don't know why they keep on denying it. Why are they trying to keep Strowman in the ring? A mistake made there by Jericho, I would argue. And a costly one at that. Braun Strowman, running power slam. Leave the monster in long enough, and he gets pissed off. Strowman with a running power slam to finish this, to finish the feud between families. The Wyatt family have done it. Strowman and Black have beaten the Horsemen. They didn't need Bray Wyatt. They did it. They hold on to the tag team titles. They are your winners. The Horsemen were united in their assault, but they left Braun Strowman in for too long. They left Braun Strowman be a combustible element for too long, and by the end of it all, the titles remain around the waist of those two men. The Wyatt family have conquered the Horsemen, but they certainly didn't kill them. Wait a minute. As we look at this still image, a fight has broken out. It's Downfall. It's Harper. It's Rowan. Downfall. We haven't seen them since they lost the titles to the Horsemen. And they just jumped the barricade and started assaulting the Wyatt family. Chokeslam from Rowan in the ring. And Harper assaulting Strowman. We haven't seen Downfall in like 2-3 months. Discus clothesline from Harper. Aleister Black busted open. The tag champs are in deep trouble here. Headbutt to Aleister Black. The power slam denied. And another discus clothesline. Down go the tag team champions. Downfall are standing on top. The DCC, Sabin, Corbin, they jump Downfall, end of days, and now Sabin, all hail Sabin to Harper, a second end of days to Rowan. Downfall are finished, the DCC are on top. What the hell just happened? Oh my goodness. In the blink of an eye, we went from the Wyatt family standing tall over the Horsemen to Downfall standing tall over the Wyatt family to the DCC standing tall over Downfall. Well, the Wyatt family certainly have a target on their back for the tag team titles from all corners. Both teams we saw there want a piece of the gold, and they'll have a piece of each other in the process. My goodness, that was an incredible moment there. But here we go. Another huge moment written in at Living Dangerously, but now it is time for two men to punch each other in the face a lot. It is time for Minoru Suzuki to go one-on-one against Coren for the ECW Television Championship. Coren had an open challenge a week and a half ago in ECW after signing the most lucrative contract in universe history, as I'm forced to say. Coren said, I'll face anyone at Living Dangerously. Throw someone in the ring and I'll face them. Suzuki didn't need a second invitation. He just walked right down to the ring. And in that moment, an incredible, interesting moment happened. Suzuki cocked his fist and he loaded it back. And the champion flinched. Coren flinched at the reaction. He flinched at the realization that he could have been socked by Minoru Suzuki. And in this moment, Suzuki had that one-upsmanship, had that edge over Coren mentally. And Suzuki isn't afraid to fight anyone, remember. You gotta realize there's probably gonna be the Clockwork project at Coren's side here. That's fine. Suzuki will beat them up. In fact, he might go out of his way to beat them up. Suzuki is not afraid of one man, two men, three men. He'll take them all on. You saw this on ECW. After Suzuki was, well, not even celebrating his victory, he was walking around the ring after his victory. The Clockwork project stood on the stage, and Suzuki said, if you're going to stand on the stage, come on then. Come to the ring. Let's fight. No one took him up on it. But now here tonight, Coren has to fight Suzuki. And that television title is on the line. The Clockwork project is certainly here. Sami Callihan, Trevor Lee accompanying Coren towards the ring. He conquered Jay White at WrestleMania to hold on to that to win that title as a free agent. And now, as a member of ECW, he takes on the bodyguard of this very brand. The man who is tasked usually with looking after Seth Rollins now he's just going to fight Coren. It's just that simple. But there he is. Coren in the ring for the first time. Actually, only since August with a title. Former NXT champion, the longest reigning NXT champion this universe has ever seen. I said on NXT, a bit of a guff. I said that I think Mike Bennett had the fourth longest reign of all time. I think is what I said. He would be fifth. Coren held the title and the NXT title for longer than Bennett did. I believe Coren might have the fourth longest reign at 9 months. Rosemary was also 9 months, so I don't really know. Rosemary or Coren, one of those two have the third longest reign. That is irrelevant, though. That is in the past. Right now. That is irrelevant to this current moment. Suzuki versus Coren. One-on-one. This is not going to be your usual wrestling match that we've seen for the television title on quite a few occasions, even when Jay White was champion. This is just going to be a fight. This is going to be a fight like we saw. When did we last see a proper fight? God, I'm drawing a blank right now on just two guys who just decided, let's just fight. I mean, anytime Ishii is in the match in NXT, that could be one. But nevertheless, this one's going to be a fight. No added stipulation, no weapons, no cage around these guys. Just a fight. Here we go. Coren versus Suzuki right now. Television title on the line as this one gets underway. And Suzuki right away there caught with a fisherman's brainbuster. Uh-oh, this is looking dangerous. Air raid, crash neck breaker early on from Coren to Suzuki. Coren definitely looking to try and get a one-up on Suzuki here as early as possible. Drop kick, though, from the challenger. Champion goes down and rolls out of the ring right away. Rolls to the safety of the Clockwork Project, but only briefly. Back in the ring comes Coren, and the fight can continue on now between these two guys. Look at the strength of Coren there, and a kip up after it. Former NXT champion, definitely wanting to showcase his strength in the early phases of this match, but Suzuki, as if to say, don't care, let's fight. Taking out the leg of Coren. Coren had his 2-year anniversary in this universe at WrestleMania weekend, where he won that television title, and of course he's done so much in this universe in that short period of time. I mean, look at the names he's targeted in that period of time. 2 of the 3, I don't know, maybe even all of the world champions. But certainly the World Heavyweight Champion and the WWE Champion have had run-ins in the past with the Television Champion, and of course more recently Rollins felt the wrath of Coren as well. As a matter of fact, Rollins was seconds away from challenging Coren to the ECW title match at WrestleMania before Adam Cole stepped in. We remember the rivalry, though, between Okada and Coren that ended last year and started this year as well. One that's not going to be forgotten anytime soon, and one that may well even not be over yet. Time maintains to be seen on that one, but right now, both men are in a different path of their career. Okada has finally returned to his greatness, and Coren is leading the Clockwork Project through mayhem on ECW. And the champion has control over his challenger right now. Suzuki fighting back, though. Both guys giving it socks at one another, kicking the leg. Suzuki definitely targeting the leg a little bit in this match, but I don't blame him. It's a good idea. It stops Coren from being able to execute quite a bit of his offense, in all fairness. And it helps Suzuki out, because if there's one thing that Suzuki would like to do if he can, it is tap out his opponent. And seeing Suzuki tap out Coren, yeah, that'd be nice. Look at this, Suzuki just striking quickly and effectively on the champion. Pile driver maybe, rain killer, connects. And Coren heads up to the top rope after it here. Not often we see him going up high, but he's not afraid to take that risk if necessary. Coren from the top, long way to go. What a counter from Suzuki. Plucked him out of midair. Heel hook, heel hook. This is what I like to see. Heel hook. Pulling the leg in the opposite direction. Yanking on the knee and the leg. But Coren gets himself out. Look at this now. Trevor Lee getting involved. Trevor Lee trying to distract the referee. I think that might have been a calling for Callahan to get involved, but there was nothing he could do. Coren rolled out of the ring there. Might have told him to stop. I'm not too certain if there was a bit of miscommunication there. I think Lee really wanted to get Callahan in the ring. Coren may have not wanted that to happen. Nevertheless, the referee was quick to stop whatever damage Lee was trying to hope for there, and quick to make sure the Clockwork Project couldn't have an involvement in this match. Double underhook, brain buster there. Cover made by Coren to retain the television title. Kick out at 1 from Suzuki. Coren might have been thinking clock strikes 12. Gets denied by Suzuki now. Kick to the leg. Or kick in the gut rather, denied by Coren. Over the top rope, no, brought back in. Backbreaker. You could hear the crowd's reaction every time Coren gets a move in. They do not like this guy. Good. Forearm there. Suzuki doesn't fall off his feet, but he stumbles back to the ropes. Reverse. Alabama slam. Face first into the mat goes Suzuki. Nothing to stop himself propelling. Oh, look at this now. Coren standing on the foot. Standing on the arm, sorry. of Suzuki and then just kicking him. Oh, but Suzuki quick to respond. Sweeps the leg. Down on the knee. Done a lot of damage on the leg of Coren in this one. Done his best to make sure he can hit him. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. GSP. God style pile driver. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Come on. Suzuki with a chance to be the television champion. Oh. Right in front of the Clockwork Project. How much sweeter could that have been? Taken away though. Coren kicks out at 2. And not only that, but he is fighting right back into this match. Coren though looks enraged. The champion, I think, deeply frustrated by what happened there. Put away Suzuki. And I don't think Suzuki shows any signs either of staying down right now. Wait a minute. Double underhook. Oh, just dumped him. Face buster there. Suzuki now rolling out of the ring into the Clockwork Project. Lee getting his hands on him. This is completely legal for Trevor Lee to do this. Well within the rules. Throws him back in. No break from Coren, who throws him. Double-handed toss there. And now it's Coren's turn to assault the knee of Suzuki. And this is a problem with a Coren matchup. The longer it goes, the more it seems that Coren is able to fight back. That he's able to take charge in this match. Suzuki, though, not interested in that fact. Back suplex onto the apron. Hardest part of the ring. Coren's back comes crashing down on it. And into the barricade it goes as well. Win or lose, Coren's going to be sore tomorrow. And he'll have Minoru Suzuki to thank for that one. Lee getting close there. Not too certain if he was looking for something at ringside or not. Back in the ring now. Coren counters Suzuki. Trevor Lee going under the apron there. Sliding a steel chair into the ring. I think Lee looking to assist Coren in any way that he can in this contest. Seen it once before, and we've seen it twice before now. Coren has an eye on that steel chair, but look at that. Referee quick to act. He knows. His job is to stop the Clockwork Project. Lee distracting the ref right now, but that steel chair long gone as Suzuki has reclaimed control of this matchup briefly. No chance for Coren to use that chair. Great work from the official. And great work from Suzuki as well, in all fairness. Wait a minute. Double underhook brainbuster coming back in again. He got him. He planted him. Will he finish Suzuki with it right here, right now? Cover made to retain the title. Suzuki kicks out at 2. Coren thought it was 3. Oh no. This could be it though. Suzuki trying to fight it off as much as he could. Clock strikes 12, connects. The cover is made. And Coren has retained. Suzuki threw everything he had at Coren right there to hope to win the television title, but it was taken away from him. There was no hope. The Clockwork Project tried to intervene, but the official had it locked down. Coren, though, remains the television champion. 3-on-1. It was neutralized, but when it came down to Coren versus Suzuki, Coren had his number, and still, as a result, has the championship on his shoulder. A very intense fight there between these two men, but here we go. No holds barred between these men. McIntyre threw the first hit, but who will throw the last in this matchup? No DQs, no countouts, no reason for these guys to be fighting that I know of. No explanation needed either. Drew McIntyre, Johnny Gargano, let the fists and the weapons fly up next. Well, A far from calm evening continues on with a far from calm match coming your way. You're living dangerously. Drew McIntyre, Johnny Gargano, one-on-one, no holds barred, no disqualification, no countouts. Between these two sudden rivals, I think would be the best way of putting it. There was nothing that caused any necessity or any reasoning for this match to break out the way that it did, for this match to even happen. But it did. Gargano and McIntyre were set to share the ring in a 6-man battle royal for the #1 contendership to the ECW Championship for this pay-per-view. But that never happened for Johnny Gargano. Gargano was assaulted backstage by McIntyre, laid out on the floor with a future shock DDT. McIntyre never gave an explanation. He never told us why. He never even let out an inkling of a reason for why he attacked Gargano. But Gargano didn't need a reason to respond, as we saw this past episode of ECW. He was more than happy to run down to the ring with a steel chair and just slam it into the back of McIntyre and slam McIntyre's head into the chair to go with it. McIntyre was left laying on the entrance ramp before his match with Randy Orton could even get started. Of course, you've got to think McIntyre took out Gargano, maybe as a way to gain an advantage in the Battle Royal. Didn't help him, didn't win. But what they did gain him in the time was a rival that you don't want. A rival in Johnny Wrestling. McIntyre, not the only member of the British Empire in action here this evening, but with no disqualification in play, you never know. The Empire could try and gang up on Gargano to try and cost him an opportunity here. Gargano knows what it's like to be on this big stage in an ODQ match. The last time he was on a pay-per-view, it was guilty as charged, and it was last man standing against Tommaso Ciampa. Gargano the reason why Ciampa is gone from ECW. Loser leaves ECW match. That one was, and it was won. Of course, unlike the match before, he's not going to try and make McIntyre stay down for a 10 count. He's got to tap him out. He's got to pin him. Gargano has ways that he can achieve that, but whether or not he'll be able to do them is a different story. McIntyre is very aggressive, very tough. And Gargano is about to learn that message. Here we go. The bell rings. These two guys about to lock horns, and no surprise that neither of them plan on helping the other one out. Neither plan on a feeling out process. Neither plan on taking it easy. They're going whole speed ahead right from the get-go. Gargano going after McIntyre. Russian leg sweep there in the early stages. How long will it take before one of these guys decides that a weapon needs to be used in this match? Gargano, big running uppercut the turnbuckle. And Johnny Wrestling takes the early edge here over Drew McIntyre. Yeah, I've spent a lot of time talking, especially in draft week as well, about how the future of ECW is going to have to be shaped without Seth Rollins. And I have to say, these are two guys who could absolutely shape the future of ECW when Rollins loses that ECW Championship. That may well be tonight against Tyler Bate. That huge match still on its way later on this evening. Both men up to their feet. Oh, what a counter from McIntyre. Twisting belly-to-belly suplex there. Plucked Gargano out of thin air and capitalized to the fullest extent. McIntyre, now the one in charge, driving Gargano's head into the mat. Cover made by McIntyre, looking for victory, looking to get one over on Johnny Wrestling. Not quite happening from McIntyre. The pacing, or rather the control of this match is turned around. It's McIntyre, and he's keeping Gargano pinned on the floor, making sure that Johnny Wrestling cannot explode around the ring, that he can't unleash his offense. If he's grounded, he is an easy target for McIntyre to capitalize, McIntyre to beat down, and for McIntyre to get the win over. Good counter there from Gargano. Irish whip up and over the top rope goes Drew McIntyre. Forearm in the face. Here we go. DDT onto the ring apron. Spiking the head of McIntyre right there. And here comes an old friend from ECW. Steel chair to McIntyre. Over and over to a downed McIntyre. Assaulting the legs and the back. McIntyre in trouble right now. This is all Johnny Wrestling. When push comes to shove, when it gets hardcore, when the rulebook is no longer in play, Gargano finds another edge to him. Into the ring pole. For Drew McIntyre. Solid steel to collide with in that ring post. Uh-oh. Things aren't looking good. Things are not looking good for Gargano. All of a sudden into the apron. And then right into the side of that metal pole that goes around the ring. Gargano's head launched into it. And then face first on the apron again. Drew McIntyre has suddenly and viciously taken charge in this no DQ match. Running shoulder tackle as he now just toys with Gargano essentially. Grounding him more than once, lifting him up just to knock him back down. Gargano though fighting back, step up in Zaguri there by Johnny Wrestling. Gargano has an edge to him, and again into the turnbuckle goes Drew McIntyre. Gargano looking to take charge on the outside though in a very different way. Inverted figure four, maybe that might be. Gargano has it locked in on McIntyre. Can't win out here with a pinfall or submission. This isn't a false count anywhere match. McIntyre socks him in the head though and forces the hold to be broken up. Oh good God, look at this. Oh, Gargano goes flying. Huge. Almost a deadlift belly to belly. Gargano back into the ring post and head first into it. This fight though breaking out on the outside. Neither one giving the other an edge right now. Both guys just want to hurt each other. McIntyre gets in a clubbing blow and back in the ring now we go. Steel chair on the outside, of course, that could still be utilized. But these two guys have done an awful lot. Look at this. A Gargano escape by McIntyre to Gargano, I wonder. It looks like the Gargano escape hold. And Gargano certainly not tapping out. These two guys have had battles in the past, back when DIY was still around. When DIY and the British Empire fought each other in a war over last summer. But DIY is gone. Gargano stands alone. McIntyre still stands with the British Empire, albeit right now taking care of some personal business, shall we say. It is Gargano's next move. It's the steel steps. Gargano going for the heavy hit. McIntyre too quickly up to his feet. Dragon screw. And McIntyre goes down. Gargano with the steps into the side there. Maybe even the back. Definitely into the back there. More than once. And the crowd glad to see it as well. You could hear the reaction. Gargano taking another steel chair here. Checking that down in the ring. Gargano looking to do just exactly what happened at Guilty as Charged. Load up the ring with weaponry. Sledgehammer applied. Now both men run into the middle of the ring. And McIntyre runs into a sledgehammer right into his sternum. Johnny Gargano full Nelson face planted him into the chair for McIntyre. Cover from Gargano for victory. It is a kick out at 2. Gargano must know though the victory might not be all that far away with the offense he's on right now. Is that the headbutt there from McIntyre? I believe it was. Headbutt from McIntyre. Thinks he's finished off Gargano, who says otherwise. Early kick out from Johnny Wrestling. Still a long way to go before you can hope to finish off Gargano. Oh, good God, what is he looking for here? Might have been powerbomb, might have been a pile driver. Gargano counters, sunset flips him. Looking to try and take it away there. Kick out at 2 by McIntyre, though. See that? They socked him with a good strike. McIntyre shrugs it off and just throws him into the floor. One move is all it takes for McIntyre to regain control in this one. Gargano crawling around the ring now. Drew McIntyre in control here. Oh no. Pile driver. Spiked him on his head with a pile driver. And McIntyre is ready to finish the deal. To finish Gargano. Claymore kick. And Gargano is kicking out at 2. Johnny Wrestling still alive there, much to the chagrin of Drew McIntyre, who still is in control in this contest. This now assaulting the leg of Johnny Gargano, who I believe got busted open. He did. Busted open in the process of that Claymore kick maybe, or that pile driver, one of the two. In the turnbuckle we go now. Both men countering one another. Clothesline for McIntyre. Gargano taken off his feet. Rolling to the apron there. And McIntyre was up to say, come on then, let's fight. He wants a fight with him. Slingshot spear. Gargano almost spiked his head into the chair though. Up to the top rope he goes. High risk. Oh, that time he did hit the step. That time he definitely hit the chair. Good God, splashed his ribs colliding with the chair there. Think of the agony. Think of the punishment that would have done to Johnny Wrestling. Cover made by McIntyre, thinking he's done enough, and Gargano still with way too much heart. There might not be a title opportunity, there might not be a shot at Money in the Bank awaiting these guys, but all they crave right now is victory over the other. Countered, and the arm is slammed into the chair this time around. Gargano quick up to his feet though, but quick to be sent to the outside again by McIntyre. This match has been just exactly what we expected, a wild brawl between these two sides. Giving it everything they've got to beat the other guy down. Back in the ring we go now. Gargano with the chair into the back. Look at this. Gargano had enough of playing fair. Snapped there. Chair right into the back of McIntyre. More than once. Sliced bread. And there. Twisting cutter into the mat by Gargano. He's found a new edge to him. Definitely found that new edge. He cannot connect with the chair in the gut though. The blood may be blinding his vision there. Big mistake made. McIntyre capitalizing on it. Oh, what a counter to the headbutt. Shoved in his elbow. Up and over. McIntyre hangs on. Might not have been the smartest decision. Gargano with a look in his eyes. And spiking him again with another DDT. Johnny Gargano trying to get vicious here, but McIntyre sends them back in the ring again. Oh, this isn't good for Gargano. Right on that open wound, right where the blood is pouring. Sent to the turnbuckle over and over again, but McIntyre stopped there. Gargano finds the counter, but gets hip tossed back down on the mat. Say what you will about McIntyre, he has controlled a lot of this match. He has done his best to stop Gargano in his tracks. Big time power bomb. Cover made. Will it finish Gargano off here? Getting close. Kick out of 2. Gargano looks almost lifeless there. Before he counted his way back into it. Looked like he was absolutely done for. Thrust kick into the gut there by McIntyre. Look for forearm. Counter by Gargano. Thrust kick into the gut by him now. These guys are trading an awful lot with one another. One of these guys are going to have to lose though. One of these guys are going to get the final say over the other. Gargano lines it up. Lawn darts McIntyre into that middle turnbuckle. And now McIntyre blood for blood between these two. And again, Gargano goes to the chair, assaulting the ribs, assaulting the back. No remorse from Johnny Wrestling whatsoever. Repeated chair shots into the gut. Gargano drags McIntyre into the middle of the ring for everyone to see. Gargano escape. Gargano escape is locked in. McIntyre yelling in agony, yelling to try and get himself out of this. No rope breaks. He's going to have to fight out of it by himself. McIntyre taps out. Drew McIntyre submits. Johnny Gargano claims a huge win at Living Dangerously. It was Drew McIntyre who decided to throw the first shot. Momentum or not in the Battle Royal, we may never know. But what we do know is that Johnny Gargano gets another win under his belt. Gargano with a huge win over McIntyre. And a necessary win as well. Gargano has done it. A very important win. He didn't need a reason to fight Drew McIntyre. He was more than happy to do just that. And I imagine he's doubly so more than happy because he came out with the win in this no-holds-barred match. Great contest there. Exactly what we expected from those two men. But now, in between the two big matches left on the card, sixth-man Battle Royal coming our way. Money in the Bank qualifier. That's why we're going to have the first athlete going into the Money in the Bank ladder match is going to be determined right now. Six men, of course, will be in this Battle Royal, much as six men will be in the Money in the Bank ladder match. 2 from Raw, 2 from SmackDown, 2 from ECW. And it is looking like it's going to be an interesting one. It looks like it's going to be an interesting one in this Battle Royal. Plenty of guys who could look to use that opportunity to rebuild their careers, and plenty of guys who could use it to shape their careers. First man out here who could definitely use it to shape his career in this universe, Hirooki Goto, former United States champion. Of course, saw him on ECW a week and a half ago, picking up a win over a guy who's in this match as well, in Kofi Kingston. Definitely a very interesting match here. I know we've been seeing a lot of Battle Royals as of late over this universe, but probably going to be the last one for a little while on ECW. Nevertheless, Hirooki Goto definitely has a huge chance here to qualify for Money in the Bank. I mean, you think about guys who have won in the past and guys who have used it to make a career for themselves. Michael Bennett, or Mike Kanellis, is without a doubt the most prevalent example I can think of in this universe. Guy won the Money in the Bank, cashed in the main event of WrestleMania, won the ECW Championship, went on to hold it for 235 days. Of course, the last 2 years in a row, it has been won by Monday Night Raw. Jinder Mahal, who successfully won the world title. Roman Reigns, who for the first time since John Cena, unsuccessfully cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase. So there we go. There is Goto in the ring, and here comes Zack Sabre Jr. A great 2018 for Zack Sabre Jr. Cruiserweight titles to his name. Standout talent in the British Empire, one of the breakout stars of the year as well. Didn't win the award, but he certainly proved that he deserves to be in the discussion with some of the top names on ECW. Once again, going back to my topic, future guys on ECW to lead this into a new era. I talked about McIntyre being one, ZSJ could be another. And of course, in this Battle Royal, Zack Sabre Jr. could find himself on his way towards Money in the Bank with a big win here this evening. Sabre Jr. has pretty much left the Cruiserweight division to past. He's left it be. It's not in his interest anymore, Sabre Jr. said. He's past that now. If the British Empire won a Cruiserweight Championship, they can go ask Gibson. Sabre Jr. is not interested in that. He sees other things in his future. And here comes a man looking to bounce back from his debut on ECW a week and a half ago. Kofi Kingston making his way up to this Battle Royal. Can Kofi qualify for Money in the Bank? Kofi, we've seen him having title shots in this universe before. Of course, won the Intercontinental title, albeit only briefly, at Money in the Bank. And now we wait to see what Kingston can do here this evening. If there's anyone who can win a Battle Royal, it's usually the most resilient kind of guys. It's usually the guys with a lot of heart, a lot of soul, a lot of spirit. And Kofi Kingston possesses all of that. Of course, one thing he possesses as well is resiliency. However, there is a guy, and of course you'll see him I'll talk about him when he comes out, who probably will have a bit more experience in this match than Kofi Kingston will. It's not Randy Orton. But then again, Randy Orton might still have experience as well. Orton actually did win a Battle Royal heading in draft week. I believe the last guy left in that match for Randy Orton to eliminate was Kofi. Might be wrong on that one. But Orton came over, of course, during the televised draft. Was in that 5-man Battle Royal. So Randy Orton's last 3 matches now, including this one, will be Battle Royals. Welcome to ECW, Randy. Of course, he was supposed to take on Drew McIntyre, though, in this past episode of ECW. That got taken away from him by Johnny Gargano. Now, there's still a great opportunity for Randy Orton, though. Can't deny it. Money in the Bank is a place to go to make your career a success. For guys, like I said, for guys who have, there are guys in this match like Goto who will want to shape their career, much the same how Mike Bennett used it. And there are other guys in this match who will want to use that briefcase to rebuild their career, to make themselves a star once again. I can think of one guy who did that many, many years ago. That was Brock Lesnar. And it led him to a great deal of success. Randy Orton, though, ready for this one. Ready to try and win this Battle Royal to qualify for Money in the Bank. As I said, only 2 spots on ECW in a roster of about 43, 45, thereabouts men. Yeah, that's going to go well. But this is the division we find ourselves in. You've got to have the hunger for it. You've got to have the greed for it. You've got to impress me to get it as well. There are only 2 opportunities, and I'm not going to waste it on a guy who hasn't impressed me. That's simple. These guys in this match, they've all impressed me. Be it recently, or be it, of course, what I've seen as ECW General Manager for quite some time. And as much as I hate to admit it, yeah, 2 of those guys are from the British Empire. I mean, let's not forget, the British Empire won Faction of the Year. You all voted for it, and the British Empire won it. So they definitely did something to impress you last year. This year so far, though, not been the best success for the British Empire so far. Mad to believe we're already in May, but it has not been the best success for them. There was no success in the Royal Rumble. I mean, Gibson performed well, but outside of that, Neville didn't. He was eliminated right away by Coren. It feels like as a group, they haven't really done anything together. A lot of last year was about the Horsemen. It was about targeting ECW, Seth Rollins, etc., etc. And of course, that Survivor Series match as well. So far this year, there hasn't really been anything. Been a lot of singles activity from the Empire. Whether or not they'll turn around, I don't know. I mean, do they want to throw their name in the tag team hat? There's already 2 teams that are looking to oppose the tag team champions right away. Now, earlier on, I said there's a guy who probably has more experience than anyone else in this match. And that's because he won a much bigger version of this match just about 3.5 months ago. It is the 2019 Royal Rumble winner. It is, of course, none other than Adam Cole, the man responsible for why we have Triple H on this roster. Random fact for you there. Adam Cole, though, of course, was unable to win in the main event of WrestleMania. Unable to claim the ECW Championship. Cole, I think, it's coming up to a month since WrestleMania, and I wonder in that month that's followed, how much soul searching has Adam Cole done? How much thought process has Adam Cole been doing? How much has he thought, this should have been my time? This, it was make or break, it was do or die. This should have been my moment, and I squandered it, and I wasted it. How often has that gone through Adam Cole's mind, I wonder? Because I'm not meaning to disrespect Cole here, I'm not meaning to shit talk him, but the guy had, if there was a time, a place, a venue, and a crowd to do it in front of, it was that crowd in New Orleans, and he squandered it. Adam Cole had the crowd in the palm of his hands. And he couldn't beat Seth Rollins. Well, nevertheless, he's in a match right now that definitely helps him out, that definitely assists his visions, shall we say. As I said, oh, wait a minute, almost out right away was Adam Cole. As I said, this won the Royal Rumble, of course, in January, no small feat. How many of these guys were in the Royal Rumble? Orton, I think. No, Orton wasn't in it. I think the only guys in it were Goto and Neville, along with Cole. Goto had a pretty good performance in it. I think he had about 3 eliminations to his name. So here we go, the British Empire now. Started this match fighting one another. Pretty interesting. Oh, there goes Sabre Jr., courtesy of Randy Orton. Orton picking up an elimination right away there. Smart thinking by the Viper. Those reaction times to Orton just so sudden, so out of the blue that you can't expect them. And Sabre Jr. paid for it. Gone. Not even in a minute. Not even a gone in 60 seconds reference. Can I get in? So we're down already. Sabre Jr. out. Down to these 5 men. One of these 5, of course, will go to Money in the Bank to represent ECW. The others will do something, I guess. The others will go backstage and realize they've got nothing going for them, I guess. Of course, though, while we all watch this matchup right now, we are all prepared. We are all waiting for what is to come in our main event. Just a moment away. Rollins versus Bate. 2 of the greatest in-ring talents in this universe to square off one-on-one for the ECW Championship. God, I am beyond excited for it. And nervous in a way as well. Could have a new ECW champion here tonight, no doubt about it. Randy Orton lines up and eliminates Hirooki Goto. Orton getting off to a hot start here. 2 eliminations from the Viper. Nice back suplex there by Neville, though. So Adam Cole, Kofi Kingston, Neville, or Randy Orton, one of these 4 men, has Money in the Bank lighting their way. Gonna get there by Adam Cole. Look to capitalize there. Kofi brought a stop to it. Michinoku driver by Kingston as well. Neville jumping up there with a quick drop kick on Randy Orton. Now Neville looking to try and get Kingston out of this one, maybe. Lining him up. Has him on the top rope. Kingston hanging onto that top rope as Neville looks to push him over it. Neville looks to make sure that he's out of this one and that he's one step closer towards going to Money in the Bank. Not happening. Kingston stays alive. Neville. Oh! Good fight from Neville there. Teetered on that... Well, over that top rope. Skinned the cat to get back in. Kingston in trouble now. He could be on his way out. Orton almost had 3 eliminations right there. Randy Orton going to use the ropes for a different reason. Rope hung DDT. Vintage Orton. DDT also from Cole. And Randy Orton now wants to make a statement. The Viper. RKO to Kingston. Kingston planted with an RKO right then and there. Randy Orton feeling pretty confident right now. German suplex from Adam Cole to Neville. Neville, I think, was trying to get under that bottom rope, maybe try and get to safety. Not happening there. Kingston now. Wait a minute. Kingston eliminates the Royal Rumble winner. Kingston with a huge elimination. Adam Cole is out of this one. The Royal Rumble winner won't be going to Money in the Bank, and neither will Neville. Neville eliminated as well. Randy Orton, Kofi Kingston, who's going to Money in the Bank. Big Uranagi slam from Orton. And if I'm right in saying about that Battle Royal, like I said earlier, this very well is a rematch from that Battle Royal. Randy Orton won it on that occasion. Will Kofi win it this time around? There aren't 2 draft picks on the horizon this time around. It is the opportunity to go to Money in the Bank. The opportunity to have a briefcase to cash in on any world champion at any time. Kingston now puts Orton up on his shoulder. He's going to send him over the top rope, looking to eliminate him, looking to get him out of here. Orton's eliminated all but 1 guy in this match, and that was because of Kofi Kingston. And Orton still alive in it. Uh-oh, that's a dangerous place to be if you're Kofi, but he fights out of it. Russian leg sweep from Kingston now. Can he smell the chance in front of him? Can he see the glory? Orton, though, trying to deny him right then and there. Big uppercut. Kingston stumbles, staggers to that rope, and Orton looking to send him over. Kingston having to grab onto the second rope there. Teetered over the top rope. Orton has him now. And Orton, can he get him out? Yes, he can! Randy Orton with another Battle Royal win under his belt. Orton is going to Money in the Bank. Well, there you have it. The first competitor in this year's Money in the Bank ladder match. It will be the Viper. Randy Orton will represent one half of ECW in that Money in the Bank ladder match. Orton, the first man in. Can the former world champion use that Money in the Bank ladder match to reclaim a world title? Can Orton use it to make himself a world champion once again? What a battle royal it was by Orton. 4 eliminations in it. He's getting the final say over Kofi once again. Orton, your winner. He's off to Money in the Bank. But as for right now, it ain't about Money in the Bank. It's about the main event of the evening. It's about the ECW Championship. It's about 2 of the finest wrestlers you'll find in the world squaring off one-on-one. Tyler Bate, Seth Rollins, ECW Championship on the line. I've said it once, I'll say it again. These are 2 of the greatest in the world competing for the ECW Championship. Strap yourselves in. It's going to be incredible. On one side, we have Tyler Bate. He might not be the tallest, he might not be the heaviest, but he is absolutely one of the best. Bate carried the NXT Championship with a smile on his face. For months, he was the benchmark of NXT. He was the man who many tried and failed to beat. He did what so many couldn't do. The only man to beat the Velveteen Dream, and one of very few to beat the greatest evil NXT, and maybe even this universe has ever seen. Coren. Bate did it all on NXT, now he sets his sights on an even greater prize. On the other side, we have Seth Rollins. Not a benchmark, but a legend. Rollins has carved a legacy unforeseen, has achieved heights no other man or woman in this universe has reached. No matter the opponent, no matter the setting, Rollins has found victory, as he has done for over 600 days as ECW champion. With a WrestleMania victory under his belt, Rollins' confidence is sky high. He believes himself to be above the kid he sees Bate as. Time to lose this Sunday, kid! Regardless of attitudes, on both sides, we have 2 of the best talents this universe has ever seen. 2 honorable champions fighting for one prize. 2 of the very greatest meat at Living Dangerously. Tyler Bate versus Seth Rollins. ECW Championship on the line. Tonight, it's not about the heaviest, the tallest, the evilest. It's about the best. It's about the ECW Championship. He wants to live the dream, and it starts when he takes the title. He said we'll remember him as something else. That'll be ECW Champion. It's about one all-important question. Will a new era dawn over ECW? We've heard this evening the pay-per-view theme talk about the Great Beyond. Is the Great Beyond just around the corner? And does it hold a new ECW champion in Tyler Bate? That is a big question to ask as we get started with the main event of the evening. Tyler Bate versus Seth Rollins. Title on the line. The whole shape of ECW as we know it on the line between these 2 phenomenal athletes. I know Bate is opposing Rollins, and I know as a result of that you expect me to oppose Tyler Bate. But simply put, I don't. I don't have any ill will towards Tyler Bate. I've watched this guy grow through NXT. I cheered for this guy, along with everyone else, when he beat Coren. To have him on ECW is almost a dream come true in many ways. But there is a part of me that realizes that I don't think he's ready to lead ECW. I don't think he's ready to lead the brand that dominated in the Show of the Year category, that rightfully won the Show of the Year Slammy last year, that rightfully main evented WrestleMania. I don't think he is ready yet to take the mantelpiece of the figurehead of ECW, of the face of the A show, away from the man who has carried it on his back for the last 600 plus days. I don't know if anyone is ready to take that title away from Rollins yet, and I don't think there is any plans from Rollins to let that title go. Seth Rollins makes his way out here. Wolverine-inspired gear for the champion as he prepares to fend off his challenger. Rollins well aware this is going to be a very, very important match for him and his title reign. In the voting before this pay-per-view, when we asked who did you think was going to take it, most of you said Rollins, but there were people who said it could be Bate. Maybe even people who voted for Rollins in the back of their mind believed it could be Bate. Maybe it's become a formality now where people just think, oh, I'll just vote for Rollins. But even then, there is an awareness in people that Tyler Bate can be the one to do it. It showed in the video package heading into this match. Tyler Bate is the only man to beat the Velveteen Dream. And he did it twice. Tyler Bate beat Coren twice. He sent him packing from NXT. If there's any man who could end Seth Rollins' reign, it's a man with the accolades like Tyler Bate has. I'm not ignoring that, but I'm saying tonight is not the night, it is not the time for Tyler Bate to take that ECW title. I do not believe we are looking into a great beyond just yet. I do not think we are looking at a new era of ECW dawning. If it happens here tonight, I will accept it wholeheartedly. I will more than welcome Tyler Bate as the new ECW champion. Because if there's anyone who deserves it, yeah, Tyler Bate does. But what I'm saying is I don't think it will happen. If it happens, no complaints. If it doesn't happen, I guess I told you so. Here we go. I'm going to keep my bias to a minimum because I have great respect for both men. I have great adoration for both men. I have said in these last 2 episodes of ECW and indeed multiple times here tonight, these are 2 of the greatest. And I don't just say that as a selling point. I say that because I believe in it. And I believe we're in for an absolutely incredible contest here tonight. It's the main event of the evening. Tyler Bate, Seth Rollins, ECW Championship on the line. The main event to Living Dangerously begins. Last year it was Kenny Omega versus Seth Rollins for the ECW Championship at this very event, and that kick-started their summer-long feud. Now tonight, Bate gets the turn at Rollins for the first time since WrestleMania. Last time Bate was on a big stage like this, or anywhere near this, it was NXT TakeOver New Orleans, and he did lose the NXT Championship to Brian Cage. Will that plague at the young mind of Tyler Bate? Will that enable Rollins to find an advantage? I think Bate is a guy, though, I said he's not ready yet and all that. Bate is a guy, though, who is... his mind is years beyond his age. He's far older. Mentally, he's far more well-versed in his head than his age leads you on to believe. He is incredibly professional, incredibly motivated, and incredibly intelligent, and just well aware for his age. He is incredibly mature. But let's see if all of that can lead to the victory that he needs here tonight. Bate turning over Rollins, Boston Crab. Rollins just needs to stretch his arm out to make the ropes, though. Early work from Bate as if to say, I can't put you in this hold. Send the build-up. It's not about the biggest, the strongest, the tallest. But Bate is a very strong talent, and so too is Rollins. These guys, pound for pound, possess immense strength. And I think we're going to experience it here tonight. God's last gift from Rollins early on. Cover made on Bate. That arm of his, though. Nice work by Bate there. You see he balled up his fist. They just let it sag almost. Just let it go and just able to be underneath the bottom rope as a result of it. Tyler Driver versus the curb stomp. Two devastating moves that have resulted in a lot of victories and a lot of titles being retained in the past. Big back body drop there by the challenger. Champion in though. Half Nelson backbreaker. I think we saw that at WrestleMania from Rollins. Beautiful move, and he's continuing it on here tonight. Rollins, of course, the more recent of these two men to compete in ring action, having faced Triple H's past episode of ECW. Tyler Bate had it a little bit easier since TakeOver New Orleans, having only competed in one match. Good cutter there by Bate. Sees an opening right in front of him. Goes for the cover. Is it enough to win the ECW title? It's a kick out at one by Rollins. You see how well these guys know each other already. These guys have absolutely studied the tapes. They've absolutely been reading up on each other. Looking, analyzing any clip they can. Finding the strengths and the weaknesses. All for this one moment. This is what makes this match so special. These guys are geniuses in the ring. Good counter there by Rollins. Fights his way out of it. Rollins now. Irish whip to the turnbuckle. Bate with a lariat to the back of Rollins' neck. Question as well surrounding Rollins' injury that he sustained just at the Royal Rumble. Forced him to miss, guilty as charged. Are those injury issues still there, or is Rollins being reborn? Is he back to his high level once again? I remember reading someone's comment who said that Rollins survived New Year's Revolution. He didn't win at New Year's Revolution when he faced Neville. Is that still the case for Rollins? Does he still have to survive as opposed to win? WrestleMania was a different evening. WrestleMania was an evening unlike any other. It's where everyone's at their best. But the question is Rollins, how much does that take out of Rollins? Is Rollins anywhere near 100% even after that injury? Double drop kicks here from Bate. He's fired up right now. Duck under. Oh, went for a crossbody. Rollins plucked him out of midair and hit a backbreaker. Great work from the champion as he hopes to take control of the challenger here. Uppercut, rolling wheel kick. Bate in with the rolling wheel kick. Middle of the ring cover for the title. Rollins kicks out at 2. Not over yet, but it could be. Bate looking to make history. Bate looking to be the one. Looking to be the man to end it. Tyler Driver for the title. Oh, and Rollins kicks out at 1. And not only that, but right up to his feet. Thrust kick into the gut, and Bate goes down, holding on to his sternum. Agonizing blow there for Bate. Both these guys fighting back against one another right now. What a match this is quickly turning into. Back suplex, face buster. Rollins turns him away from the ropes, hooks both legs, gets a 2 count. Things have just heated up in this one. Counter by Rollins. Tit for tat from both men there. Up, another nope. Neck breaker. What happened this time around? Quick forearm there from Rollins. Has Bate rocked? No, it doesn't. Bate able to quickly move out of the way there. Rollins counters him back. To look at how well these two men are countering one another. First time they've met in this ring. And you'd swear they've been fighting each other non-stop for the past 6 months. Bate counters on the top rope now. Big time drop kick. Bate got all of it. Good chance for Bate. Looks for that rolling wheel kick again. And I think that's the problem that sometimes Bate has in his matches. He goes to the well too many times. Rollins, power bomb, cutter from Rollins. And the opening is right there to retain the title, to put Bate away. and to solidify that the champion is going nowhere. Has Bate rocked up against the ropes right now. Irish whip, sling blade, up to the top rope he goes. What will we see from the champion? Phoenix splash incoming, got all of it. Cover, cover to retain, will it be? No, kick out at 2. Bate gets that shoulder up at 2, but not much more than that. Rollins has him where he wants him, looks for the leaping knee. Oh! Rough landing for the champion. Looked like his ankles clicked together on the way down, like his legs smashed into one another. That is an agonizing impact. I don't know if he tweaked a leg on the way down or not, but that was not a good impact for the champion, and it is perfect for the challenger to take advantage. Just like he is right now. Bate goes into the cover for the title. Oh, that's a kick out of 1, even after that rolling wheel kick. Bate, though, has a huge opportunity in front of him right now. He could smell the ECW Championship being just a few moments away. Looks for the title driver again. This time, Rollins musters up the counter. And Rollins gonna make him pay. Big time impact on its way here. Buckle bomb to Bate. Rollins goes up high again. Champion willing to risk it all, calling Bate up to his feet. Too close to try something outlandish. Top rope chop though, does the deal. Architects, annihilation. Will that also do the deal? Cover to retain. Bate again, kicks out at 2. What a match this has been thus far between these two talents. World-class athletes colliding for the right to be the ECW champion. Look at that, kicking away at the leg. Bate might see an opening. Bate might have noticed Rollins' awkward landing, and he's taking full advantage of it. Working over the leg of Rollins, taking away the curb stomp as well. Standing shooting star press from Bate on top of that. Incredible athleticism, and a 2 count follows up after it. Bate wishing it was 3. Irish whip up and over the top rope, just knocked to the outside there. Nothing. Oh, wait a minute, on the outside, Skywalker. On the outside, under the thin padding. Bates' body comes down, splash into the ring, misses, and again, Rollins' legs with a nasty impact into the mat. Bate has been working over Rollins here in the course of this matchup. I don't think Rollins is aware of it, but Bate has been working down the limbs bit by bit, and it's been working effectively. Again, look at that, traps the arm, elbows away at the chest. Bate feeling confident right now. But can he capitalize on... Look at this! Look at this! With Rollins on his shoulders, Bate with an airplane spin, and he's making it look easy. Oh, and he holds on, and the other way he goes. Both men being dazed by this. But Rollins far more so than Bate. Bate able to stay up on his feet. Rollins, I don't think he knows which way is up right now. Cutter from Bate again. There's the rolling wheel kick for the 3rd time in this match. Bate sees one hell of an opening. Chop in the chest. He's not looking for the Tyler driver just yet though. Sending Rollins to the outside. That could have ended it. Maybe a little bit of hesitation on the challenger's part, but that could have been enough to end the reign of Rollins right there. Up on the shoulders goes Bate now. Rollins, what is he going? Oh my goodness, Rollins launching Bate into the ring post. just threw the former NXT champion like he was absolutely nothing. Rollins now in the position, looking to call for it again. Springboard knee back in the ring. Rollins blasted him with it, and he thinks he's done enough to retain. Bate says otherwise. Look at that. Bate! What? Bate right up to his feet. Tyler Driver! Is this enough? Is there a new era? Oh! So close. Rollins kicks at it too. Airplane spin again, maybe from Bate. Rollins fights his way out of it, powers his way out of it. And Rollins looking to seal the deal. Curb stomp! Is it over? Rollins hasn't beaten Bate yet. This match still oh so alive. This title still to play for. And these men still sacrificing their bodies to be the ECW champion. Tiger suplex from Rollins. I don't think he had the strength there to look for the bridge in that moment. Elbow drop from the top rope, but Bate moves out of the way. These guys have sacrificed so much. They've risked everything. They've put it all on the line for the title. And look at this now, trapped in the corner. Rollins has no counter to the punches from Bate. He gets all 10 of them. That might go to show the fatigue of Rollins in this match, the wear and tear of meeting a guy like Bate. He kicks out right away though. How much pain are these guys masking? How much are they hiding away from their opponent not to give them a strategic advantage? Counter. Off the ropes. Counter from Bate. Back in the turnbuckle. He sends Rollins again to get countered. Back in the turnbuckle again. And another counter. Look at these guys. The reversals they're pulling out. Left, right, and center. And the strength of Bate. Suplexing Rollins back into the ring from the apron. Went for that wheel kick and Rollins just got the arm up, as simple as you like. No flashiness to that counter, just a really effective one. Rollins perching Bate on the top rope. If he can hit what I think he's looking for, this match could be turned on its head. Reverse runner again from Rollins. Stops Bate in his tracks. These guys are spent. They are exhausted. They've been going all out from the opening bell almost 15 minutes ago. Up on the top rope now, Rollins puts Bate. And again, the challenger has the counter. Tries one more time. Trying to keep him in place. Trying to hope that he can just wear down Bate to hit his move. Nothing other than that. And here we go. Rollins finally. Superplex. Rolls through. Falcon Arrow. Cover. Will it be enough? Will he retain? No. Bate gets that arm up and then some. And look at that from the challenger. Incredibly smart. Rolls to the outside. Rollins though. High risk. Crossbody. Back in the ring we go. Rollins calls Bate to his feet again. Will he look for that knee in the face once more? Bate moves out of the way, and again Rollins comes down awkwardly on his ankle. Bate in. Tyler Driver for the third time. Rollins may have just saved his reign as ECW champion. Now he goes up high. Phoenix splash once again. Bate gets the knees up. Any minute now, a match-ending move could connect. Enziguri from Rollins. Bate sends him into the turnbuckle. Big time uppercut. Wait a minute! Coming down the ramp! Into the ring! Triple H! Triple H with a sledgehammer! What the hell has happened to the game? Triple H A completely different look for ECW, and he's just raided into the ring. And now on Bate, pedigree to Bate. What the hell is the meaning of this? Triple H assaulting Bate, and now to Rollins. Pedigree out of the sledgehammer. Triple H stands tall. What the hell is going on? He demands the ECW title. Triple H spoils the main event of Living Dangerously and holds the title above his head. We may not know why, but we know who stands tall at the end of Living Dangerously. It's not Tyler Bate, it's not Seth Rollins, it's Triple H.